Again, to our listener audience out there, we want to welcome you to another edition of our Lutheran Connection, and we are in we are in studio from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, kind of rainy day here in Pittsburgh, PA, and I've been thinking if I were going to have a good summer this year, we are approaching this June 20th, which will be officially a summer day, but we still having cold weather. So, we want to welcome our viewer out there in radio and television land in Liberia, in the diaspora, and those in the United States, as we discuss so issue concerning the Lutheran Church in Liberia, our church, and some of the issues that happened while we're that around, the issue of protests at the new Lutheran University, the student concern, and what was the discussion between the student and the Lutheran University administration. What adapt into that, and also some of the pending issue concerning the church, the issue of the corruption scandal that took place in the church some time ago. Was where does the bishops err? You tell about the issue of the laptops and other pending issue surrounding our church. What the discussion will be issue. So if you, this is the round table discussion. If you have a time, we'll post a number out there. Call, express yourself what you think that need to be done in the church, and then we will take a call. Let me just talk about Cody out there to see what they have on their plate and how they're doing. What is what is standing in your plate?
Today, today is Pentecost Sunday. As you can see, I'm in red. Unlike the people in Pittsburgh and Minneapolis, I don't know for the people in Winnipeg, Canada. But today is Pentecost. That's when the Holy Spirit came down. But what's trending? I just mentioned Winnipeg, and our sister is here with us today. So welcome, Mother Nyanya. So
Wow, why you call
what?
your order there?
No, I know why you and Elijah were in blue, but today is Pentecost Sunday. But anyway, quickly, Dada Tutu, today is Father's Day in Liberia, celebrated in Liberia. I want to thank my parish, the St. Matthew's Lutheran Church, the biggest congregation in the Lutheran Church in Liberia. My father was honored today, and we were so excited from here. Unfortunately, we could not be present, but through technology, we participated, and we were excited too. And he deserves it. My dad, we grew up in the church, and he introduced us to the church, and we've been with the Lutheran Church in Liberia, and just the Lutheran Church as a whole. And this is the only church that we know so far. So, and speaking of that, I remember though I was small in Bombay, but I remember my father served uh, other positions in the church, including financial secretary, when my dear brother Elijah Zena, his father, was pastor, and that's my pastor, my personal pastor. He baptized me at Elijah is that Holy Cross? No, Christ Lutheran Church in Bombay.
Christ Lutheran
Christ
Church in
Lutheran Church
Birmingham.
in Bombay. Yeah. So I'm excited today. And another thing I want to say quickly, and then I can pass on, is that today I spoke with my sister from all the way St. Matthew Lutheran Church, but she's here visiting in the US. Dr. Dede, sorry, Koto Dobosana. Koto Dobosana is visiting in the US today. I was so excited. I spoke with her, and she's doing well. So again, thank you, Dr. Tudo.
I asked him my
Yeah,
too.
thank you. Happy Father Day to all.
Like this in my view, we'll call it Parity.
Happy Father Day to all our father out there. Uh, for with the Lutheran men, we are all been a good father.
Yeah.
We
Says
have
who?
done. We the men. We have been a good. We have been a good husband.
Couple stop protesting.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't see any fighting
yeah.
in the men. You don't see the men go anywhere. The women
Uh,
fighting there. Like, the women
the
and the
men,
women
the
be
men, the
fighting.
men, the men there. We don't do chichi puri.
Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
The men there,
That's,
they don't do chichi puri.
that's a straight shot though.
Yeah,
Hmm?
so
That's a straight shot to the women, huh?
yeah,
You want me to
we
start
we
naming them?
celebrate.
Men, I get split the group.
So we discuss the issue. Uh, Elijah.
Well, that I told her thank you. And I want to say sorry that you're still experiencing cold weather down there in Pittsburgh, in Minnesota. We were in short pants down, so sorry about that. We are enjoying the summer here now. So it's good to be back on the shore. And I'm looking forward to the conversation today. I want to join the rest of the folks and say Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. Doing research on Father's Day, you know that Father's Day is one of those least holidays that's celebrated around the world. Even Halloween is celebrated more than Father's Day. So I don't know for some reason why people don't put a lot of attention to fathers, but it's like that, but man. And we absorb a lot of things and stuff that we don't really care whether you celebrate us or not. But we just want to say
I
we
can
recognize
celebrate
all of
myself.
the we just want to say we recognize all of the strong fathers out there, and we want to wish you all a wonderful Father's Day as we move along. So it's good to be back. Like that, I told said, there are a range of issues that we're going to be discussing, and I want you to add to that to your list that a total. The recent action of the Liberian Council of Churches to honor the Speaker of the House. We want to understand what are some of the rationale behind that as well. We'll be talking about all of those things. Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah. Definitely would dive into that. Couple, please give up our flower. We deserve it.
Good afternoon. Tata Toto, happy belated birthday once
Thank
again.
you.
Yeah, wishing you all the best life has to offer. And I want to extend Happy Father's Day to the three men and to and to everyone out there. I want to thank you guys. Thank you for watching our back. Yes, you people always at the back pumping us. So happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
You
And
can
wishing
mention
you
our name
people
instead.
more of God's blessing, more of God's strength. As you people, I'm in meeting place. As you people celebrate this whole of June as Father Month. For my end, we got a rainy day today. Our weather is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we're still experiencing cold. Since yesterday, it been raining. But we tell God, thank you. It is okay. And we're experiencing our wildfire. It's getting serious.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago, all of the whole cloud is like smoky. Gotta use
Yeah,
masks.
we've been getting your smoke down here in
Yeah, gotta
Minnesota.
use masks. So we all need to just remember each other in prayer. But other than that, I'm okay. Winnipeg is fine. And we give God the glory for everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tata, I have a question though.
Yo, that's a question.
I mean, um, is it something unusual if Winnipeg is experiencing cold weather?
That I told you, doesn't know.
That I
I
told her
don't
you need to
know.
carry on the show.
I don't.
Where
I
your
don't. I
problem?
don't. I don't know. Winnipeg.
I don't know,
I
doesn't know
know.
Winnipeg weather.
I know. Yeah, I don't know Winnipeg. Whether I know Winnipeg is Canada. Canada is one of the coldest part of the world. So, and also my city Pittsburgh is almost close to Canada. So all the debris from Canada also hit us too. So I should say that Winnipeg is experiencing a rainy day today. That's what I was saying. It's been raining all day today. I had a rainy day right now. I know through my window it's in raining. So we have some similarity. But let's jump into the show. Uh to our viewer out there, if you can just share the show for us, we appreciate it. And if you want to participate in the conversation, there's an open discussion. We're discussing some issue for that within our church. And the first the first issue of discussion, today's a Reformation Sunday, as I learned. And and before we jump into our discussion, I just want to just with it. I just want for you to give 30 seconds on this. For I know we had a new bishop in the ERCA, the DC metro area, There was
Yeah.
an election that was held. We have a new bishop. Can you just give a 30 second on who the bishop, who our new bishop is?
Yeah. The new bishop in the Metro DC Senate is the Reverend Dr. Phil Hirsch. Phil Hirsch is a he's an associate member of Aliyah. At the past assembly, Aliyah honored him with the associate membership, and he accepted overwhelmingly. And he went along with the African National Ministries Conference to Liberia in 2023, and he was also honored and given the name Tanu, during his visit in Liberia. So this is a celebration that Aliyah takes, or an election victory that Aliyah takes so much proud in. And I just got off the phone not too long with the president. The president is doing a publication, and that's going to be published very, very shortly on all of our communication channels. And
Okay.
currently, the Reverend Phil Hirsch works with the ELCA Churchwide office.
Thank you, Willie. I think on behalf of the network, want to extend our congratulations to the newly elected bishop. And I think we need to start tapping into some of the bishops so we can try to give the audience to appear on our show, to see what they offer in terms of relationship with the Lutheran Church in Liberia, and also Liberia Lutheran the diaspora. So we can start making some arrangement to get the bishop or maybe somebody high-ranking official, the ELCA member, on our show, on the podcast. I think something that we try to work into. But last week, without the show, but the week before the last, the newly established Lutheran University, where before the university went live, we thought everything was to the book in terms of accreditation to the Higher Education Commission. And students were prepared now to enroll into a new institution that will serve as a brighter future for education Liberia, not just Liberia, but the West of Africa, West Africa, or the world as a whole. When we were part of the planning establishment of Lutheran University, the former Bishop Shankono Jensen always said that I want for the university to be a world-class university where other people from across Africa or even Africa will try to seek admission into the Lutheran University. But unfortunately, what we saw last week with protests from the student body and some of the displacement that were put out, it was very discouraging. I don't know how some people felt, but it was very discouraging. And we saw the intervention of the bishop, assistant, and the bishop. We don't know what role the university is playing, but we saw the president also involved to calm down the situation. We don't know how the level of discussion that were here, whether the student concerns were addressed, which we do to try to get to the student leadership, to invite them on the show here someday to hear from them, also to discuss what they have with the Lutheran Church in Liberia and the Lutheran University. But it was not a good event at all, without a good situation. We hear from member of the board of directors, or Abel Liwede, said that the student actually were politically motivated. He put it in the Lutheran Connection chat room. Was there a politic? Or the student was expressing that concern? He said, were politically motivated. So I would want to discuss, later we'll get another topic. Let me start with Elijah. Elijah, what is your view on the politically motivated that prompted the student to protest? What say you?
Thank you, Dr. Toto. I'm one of those among one of the first people or persons that kind of expressed my frustration in my Lutheran connection about the whole situation, because it did not appear very well for a university that is at the embryonic stage to have this kind of an upburst at this stage. I was very much frustrated. I was ashamed that this was happening. And one of the things that I said was that there was some administrative fault, because they took advantage of an existing of an existing institution and incorporated it underneath the Lutheran University without setting up an administrative structure that the Lutheran University will have an effective oversight. Dr. Toto, if you are taking over an institution as the leader, or you are merging an institution underneath a new structure, we got something very common that you would call housekeeping, right? You want to know exactly what's as in existing and what you want to add to the existing structure. But I don't think that was done. We took over Phoebe Nursing School and just changed the name to Phoebe Esther Bacon School of Nursing. What else did we change? Administration still the same. Uh, all of the operations of the institution remains the same. There was nothing else changed beside the name of the institution going under the name the Lutheran University. So what are those housekeeping things? If the administration of the Lutheran University had they taken upon themselves to do inventory and just look at some of the basic things that the newly established Lutheran University wants to add to these existing
So Elijah,
institutions. Uh-huh.
Elijah. So let me just interrupt you a little bit. So you think that there were no inventory that were done before they
There was
emerged
no,
and
yeah,
took
I
place?
think there was no housekeeping done. There was no inventory taken. The only thing that we did was we changed the name of the institution and everything else. Like, oh, everything else was good. Because if you had the administration of the Lutheran University going on to Phoebe's campus, going up to Lofa to Zosa's campus to do a complete evaluation of the assets or the management of these institutions, evaluating them and seeing what is going on there before taking on the leadership or even before opening the institution. Look at those mattresses that the students put out there. I know that protesting is a part of awareness to administrations to be aware of what's happening. And if the students are saying these are things that we've been saying in the past, and it has not been addressed, it means that this is not a recent thing. All right. And some of the students in that institution, they did not enter just yesterday. They were there even before the merger of the Lutheran University or the Lutheran University taking over that institution. So if you have done a really good inventory and evaluation of the existing structure, the existing administration, and try to align them with what your mission and vision is for the Lutheran University, we wouldn't be sitting here today and talking these things, because those mattresses recommendation who have come forth to change those mattresses for the student and provide some good living standards for the student. Dr. Managba been working in the US. He knows exactly what it means to be a boarding student living on campus. They provide housing for these students. You get a good living place. Okay, so if you going down there to serve as the president of the Lutheran University, especially when you got dormitories with students living on, I think that should have been one of the things that you pay attention to, because sanitation is very much important to health, and especially if you're running a health institution, and then you see students coming up with those dilapidated mattresses and putting it in the streets and saying, we've been calling on administration to look into this for a number of times now, and there's nothing done about it. So I think there was an administrative blunder on the part of the Lutheran University administration. They did not have a complete oversight of the Phoebe Esther Bacon School of Nursing, and they allowed this to go to the outburst before the intervention of the bishop and that of the president of the Lutheran University. And there was a rush in taking over these institutions without proper evaluation. That's all I want to say to that.
Thank you, Elijah. Thank you for your point. My dear sister, Kapo, I don't know how to pronounce your last name up to date. Wouldn't know that.
Couple said it, nyam.
You know,
Hey,
so
meow, meow.
yeah, I don't know. So,
It's not me know how
but
to pronounce that name.
Yeah,
There's a reason.
wouldn't know. I don't know whether that.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that GM or that Soya man. but
No,
I
that
don't want.
chia me. I ate a cola money, so I know how to
We
pronounce
met,
it.
but but I don't want to. I don't want to jump into that. We men don't gossip. We don't do changing
Yeah, that's
politics.
true. We men don't gossip.
We gotta protect our brother-in-law. Let's
That's
go
true.
ahead.
Yeah,
I know
but
that.
but but
We on the we
couple,
on live with it too. That need a what
couple,
topic?
couple. That get better on topic. But you listen to Elijah. Elijah say Elijah said administrative blunder. And through the protest, one of the concerns of the protesters, whether they call on the resignation of the deal or what the guy did.
What's the thing?
Uh,
Lower
what the
Hemphield.
guy did. Yeah, the way Hanfield
Lower,
they call.
lower Hemphield.
Yeah, the way Hanfield they call for a resignation that you are partly responsible for some of the bad thing at the university, as Elijah mentioned, some of the
I
inventory
was
situation Elijah. So what is your view on this Odin concern?
okay. Like Elijah said, when I saw that video, I shared it. Myself, I got concerned because it was too early. It was too early for people to start protesting. Being it a newly established university, despite we had um, other colleges before it becoming a Lutheran university. But on the university now, it was too early for that. Elijah talks about administrative blunder. For me, I don't know how those cottages was running before it being placed under the Lutheran University. Yes, but I think uh, those that was given the responsibility to organize or to bring the Lutheran dream into full reality should have taken everything into consideration. We are about to merge the colleges. Are we going to go under one umbrella? Who going to supervise this? Is everybody going to do their own thing? Will there be an internal control to govern everybody under one umbrella as a Lutheran university? What will the student benefit? Because all the mattresses I saw that so old mattress, even ourselves when I sit down there to lay down on it. Even if we were in us, we were there, would not want to lay down on the mattresses that I saw the students carrying out during the protest. You talk about Brother Abel talking about it being politically motivated. Okay, so those mattresses that the children brought outside, are they not a mattress? Because if we want to bring politics now, so everything that the students said, was it a lie? Or because we refuse to recognize the issues that the students raise. So this thing that the students they are talking about to resign, have they called him or have they gone through any investigation of the allegation that the student placed on him? So there are a lot of things that should have been taken into consideration that the organizer did not take into consideration, and it have brought us where we are today. At the university, it is too early for that. We should be thinking on everything and that should be new. It should be yes, yes, yes before we be getting up for protest. Because it's a newly established university. But if we bring they can say old wine in new bottle. We bring the old things and we put it in a new bottle, it becomes the same old thing. So for me, I don't know that total. I think you own that bull. I don't know whether you own that bull or not, or you were part of the organized the establishment of the Lutheran University. I think you guys need to go back in the closet or whosoever on the bull and recognize those problems that the students raise and see how best it can be solved. Even when it is not solved 100%, but at least to try and meet the students' needs because they talk about all paying money and we are not getting what we're supposed to get. That student will not be boarding student paying that money and they cannot get what they're paying for. I think it is very unfair to the students. The administration need to call the students leader or whosoever leading the protest or led the protest and sit with administration and see how best they can resolve some of those issues. Those one that can be resolved quickly, it be done, and those one that it is a long term planning, they attach a time frame to it. That's my take on that.
Thank you, couple. What it? Do you
Yeah,
have do you have that video available? We can just do a 5 second clip of it.
yeah, I do. In a few seconds, and I'll
uh,
put this
before I,
up.
before I get your point.
Yeah, sure. Let me, I hope we're gonna hear it clear. All right. I'll bring it to the screen. Did I add it onto the stage? Okay. Are you guys hearing it?
No, no,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Nope.
It's playing though.
Yeah,
It
no
is
sound.
playing, but we're not hearing it.
But no sound.
All right.
If I don't sound, what it just take it out. We will just yeah. So what it
All right.
let's just get to the discussion.
It is. It's actually. Yeah, it's actually playing from my end. I'm hearing it, but anyway, that's fine. Let's move forward.
Yeah, so yeah, let's just move
Listen.
forward.
I
What's the
right.
view?
Yeah. So quickly, I would just add that to my colleagues, Kopo and Elijah, that something that is not done right is not done at all. Okay, something that is not done right is not done at all. And I want to also go back to a biblical reference where Jesus told us that whatsoever you do for the least of my brother, you've done it for me. And we asked the question, and he said, when I was in prison, you did not visit me. So if you do it for the least of my brother, why am I saying this? Um, the 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 bishop, our current bishop, was the chaplain at Phoebe for years. All right, and I'm pretty sure that he's familiar with the living condition at Phoebe campus. Okay, because he's been the chaplain for years before becoming bishop. All right, and you also have Dane Lower. I don't know if he's still the dean at this point. I think he should have been fired immediately after watching that video. He should have been fired. All right. Now the point is, firing him is not going to resolve the issue. All right. It takes me back to my first comment that something that is not done right is not done at all. If in the medical field, if someone has a wound, all right, and they're going to treat it, they don't just treat it from the surface. You have to go down to where those mean tissues, you have to remove all those dead cells that will cause problem, go down to the mean area and start treating it from there. And that's what they need to do with Phoebe. It is a shame. It is a shame. I understand that the Methodist got a university, Episcopal got a university, and everything is going fine. We need to ask questions. The stranger who asks questions never misses the road. And that's one of the things. So that total, I'll hold you responsible, I'll hold Aliyah responsible as well. We needed to do this thing the right way. Have we done this the right way? Like my brother Elijah said, do an assessment. What are we taking over? Okay, what are we taking over? We shouldn't leave it like some big, and it's honor it is all messy. Then on top look beautiful. Okay, we merged and we have campuses. That's fine. Even the university is not even popular among our parishes. Even the Lutheran school system, no awareness. You understand? So I mean, this was done in a hasty fashion, and at one point, this amount of money was needed for Elijah, what's that document need? The certification, right? The certification to allow you to operate, okay? The license. So we were given a license, then accreditation. Then this time around, we were given accreditation. Then after a few months again, now we need money for accreditation. I don't know how many accreditation one university can have, but that I told I will stop here. We'll move forward. That I mean, we just have to go back and start from scratch one and do this thing right. And once we do it right, there will be no demonstration in the street. And if we want this world-class university, we have to do things right.
Okay, thank you. Elijah, are you also protesting why you take a picture outside the
No, I think Elijah is using his cell phone and maybe a call came in. Yeah. He's just having a little technical issue today.
Yeah, so
He's
the establishment of the Lutheran University was in the right direction.
Yes, in the right direction. I agree with you.
It was in the right direction. They have competent people that were appointed to head that institution and to run the affair of the institution, which I'm proud of to be a member of, and I was the vice president of Aliyah at that time. We play a major role to the establishment of the university. But like Elijah said, did we do a due diligence to ourselves to do an inventory of all the institutions, the Lutheran University campuses in Totota, in Phoebe, in Zoso, where the institution going to be operating with the headquarters in Totota. Did we do an inventory to do the need, to do a need-based analysis?
Need-based analysis, right.
Where we begin to establish and make sure the institution function correctly, instead of just rushing to appoint a president and administration to run the affair or to look at the plight of the students that were there also too. I think there was some misstep that were made down the line, but establishing the university was a paramount, was a good direction and a good move for the Lutheran Church in Liberia. Other people.
So, can I just get like 20 seconds, please?
Yeah, you have it.
Yes. Thank you very much. I do not disagree with you, and I don't think any one of us, Elijah, Couple, and any other well-meaning Liberian Lutheran or any well-meaning Liberian will say that the establishment of the Lutheran University is a wrong decision. No, it's a great decision. Every one of us take pride in it, because I remember back then, whenever we had the Bishop Hour, that is the time that we all at a Lutheran Youth Convention, we always yearn for the Bishop Hour. And when the Bishop come on, every time Bishop St. Bishop St. Claude, the late Bishop Smith Harris, we beat him on his back every time. Where is the Lutheran University? We won the Lutheran University. We won the Lutheran University. We said that every time. I remember every camp, every convention the youth went to, we talked about this Lutheran University. So since we've been talking about the Lutheran University, we need to do it right. And one thing I forgot to mention also is that how we included in the assessment, how we included the voices of the students, because they are the one, on campus.
So that's my point of discussion now.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So since you're already on that, let me just ask your question on that. Since we read by Lutheran Connection, the BA, Reverend Thomas P., and the bishop and the president of the university went there and they met with the student body to listen to their concern. From your own inner circle, do you know if there was any kind of special commission or committee was set up to address the student concern and whether they reach a conclusion to calm the nerve of the students at the protest? Or was there a party to avoid it? Because as everyone others, What kind of politics? Because Abel said that it was politically motivated. What kind of politics? So, from your perspective, what are you hearing out there in terms of reaching a conclusion to resolve the plight of the student?
Thank you, Dr. Tudo. The comment made by our dear colleague and senior brother, brother Abel Willie. I want to differ with him. Okay, I will respectfully differ with him that this issue is not politically motivated. All right, it's not. It's just like sometimes when the cup is full and there's no way, for an object to, there's no space for an object and it keep increasing. That's how things can explode. That's how things exploded. That's how the situation at Phoebe escalated to the extent of protest. Okay, the students perhaps have been enduring this issue and they could not just take it any longer. Okay, you have even the when we met the president and both deans on the show, the two campuses were operating separately. They were operating like almost like independently, and at some point the campus, the Phoebe campus, they had a problem with even being absorbed under the Lutheran University system. Okay, there was a problem. That was a big issue. They had to resolve that. Those are red flags that you have looked at, and I think the president should have saw some of those things and say, you know what, let us do some checking around here. But it's like they were doing things this whole traditional way. That's how pretty much it sounds like to me. Now, speaking of some of the sources out there, I know that the bishop used his clerical office to calm the situation. Okay, and I'm saying this based on some communication channels that I am part of, and I was privileged to gather that information. The bishop went on the scene. The president was there. The president expressed his frustration, but the bishop went there and used his clerical office to calm the situation, and he assured the students that their concerns will be met. Has their concern been met? I don't know. Up to now, I don't know if the issues have been addressed, but it was a shame bringing out those mattresses. You want to tell me those mattresses are politically motivated? No.
All right. Thank
That's
you
the
for that.
question.
So, to our viewer out there, the number is on the screen. If you want to call to participate in the discussion, you are welcome. We want to hear you. We want to hear your voice in the input. A couple.
Yeah.
Has the student concern been met? Do you think so?
Well, like what he said, the bishop intervened, the bishop, the BA, and the president. I don't know whether there was a committee set up to go through the student plight, or they just handle it the gospel way, or okay, they just will get back to you, and up to now, nothing has been done. So I don't know because it was just it haven't been okay. I think it's like 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah.
So I think it like 2 weeks now. So we all hope to see a good outcome of that meeting, whether the committee was set up or they already had a committee to investigate, or whether the student had a petition or what to present to the administration or give them their findings. This is what we want, or these are the things that we want and we want to see within the institution. Like what he said, he was fortunate to get a feedback from the meeting. I don't know his feedback whether he ever talked about then setting up a committee to investigate or to go through what the students accuse the administration on. I don't know. Yeah, but like I said, we all hope that it be resolved. Yeah, we all hope that it be resolved because all of the time protests, number one, it delay your time in school, you stay long in school, teacher don't go to school, students outside, everything will come to a standstill. It is not a good sign, actually, it is not a good sign. It is just not a good sign at all. So we pray that the interview swiftly and see how best the students can go back to school. Yeah. But I think another thing again, I think we need to invite Brother Abel since he's one of the board member. I think we need to invite him and see and hear from him what he meant by the protests were politically motivated from where he spoke from. Probably there are other things that is honor it, or they just want to. But then even if there are things honoring the protests, seeing those mattresses that the student brought out, you cannot convince anybody that other thing would be the reason. On the line of politics would be the reason because those mattresses they are all old, they are all tuned up. Yeah, they are all old. Like what he was saying that when the school came, Phoebe is running her own way, Esther Berger is running her own way. I don't know the issue of the Marshall, how really they look at it. Coming on only one umbrella, having one administration, doing one purchase, to get one accounting system that covers all of the colleges before that came under the Lutheran University, having one bank account, doing one financial statement, everything as a one. I don't know whether it is done like that or everybody do their own purchase or everybody doing their own thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
No.
thank you. But thank you, couple, for that for your point. I think what you dedicated to the network, if I all can try to get the student body on the show to hear from them in terms of the agreement they have with the Lutheran Church and the university, and also get some of the Lutheran University staff on the show here also too, and that's why for the bishop office also too, or the BA to see the level of discussion that they have and the compromise they are reached with the student body that session thing without shameful I would not happen again in terms of the public displacement of the library, I mean the mattresses
Mattresses.
and other stuff there. So Elijah, we're trying to wrap up the topic of the discussion before getting to the next topic quick. In terms of the resolution with the student body, have you heard
Mhm.
anything out? Have you heard anything out there in terms of the compromise they are reached to resolve this issue?
The latest information that I have is that when the bishop and Dr. Manaba went on the campus to kind of quiet the students down, I think that's the latest information I have in terms of resolution and way forward from the administrative point of view or from the bishop's office. We don't have that information yet. But what I would like to say here, Dr. Toto, like a couple of others just said, there's a need for a complete overhaul of our institutions. You know, we Lutherans have failed ourselves and we continue to fail ourselves repeatedly. You know, you can have a Lutheran institution be run by Episcopalian or somebody from another institution, and you expect that person to have your interest, especially serving as a dean or administrator of that institution. That's something that we have to take into serious consideration.
Elijah,
Elijah, quick
Elijah,
question, Elijah. That's a breaking news. Humphrey Lower is a Episcopalian.
hold on, small. Let me ask a better question. Don't interrupt my show.
Oh, sorry.
Elijah, who are the people that
Uh-huh.
also at that Lutheran that occupy a key position in the university?
Humphrey is not a Lutheran. That's what you should know. Humphrey is not a Lutheran.
So
Wow.
what are the what appointment based or faith based or based on qualification?
They,
Lutheran, look, what I'm saying here is, I'm not
Dr.
saying that
Tudor,
we can.
Lutheran is not brain dream.
What I'm saying here is, I'm not saying that we can employ people from different denominations. But that the total, if you build a house and you want to take care of that house, you will not bring a stranger to take care of your house. Or if you are traveling and you have your child, you will not take your child and give your child to a total stranger that you don't know to manage your child or to take care of your child. They will not take care of your child the way you yourself will take care of your child. So the Lutheran University is our brainchild. And if we want the best to come out of our Lutheran University, we as Lutherans should take charge of our university and run our university. Go to the AMAU, go to the UMU, and you check how many Lutherans are serving in high position in those university. The one position that we have shared with the GST institution is being a Lesion role that is undefined, that we don't know exactly what that Lesion is doing. That's the one road that has existed between the Lutheran and the United Methodist University. Besides that, what other positions Lutherans are occupying in various universities that are owned by non-faith-based organizations? None. But now we have an embryonic university, and yet we have people in key positions in this university who are not Lutherans, and they are now causing Harvard in this university because they are doing business as usual. They're not there for you and myself. They're not looking up for you and myself. So my recommendation would be the entire administration of Phoebe Esther Bacon School of Nursing, the both colleges should be reviewed and reinstituted. And if the ideology does not align with our Lutheran, with the mission of the Lutheran University, you restructure the administration or you reappoint new things at these institutions so that they all can form in line. The next thing is that you have to have a centralized administrative system of the Lutheran University. You have controller. A controller controls the accountants or the accountancy of the institution, and they will make distribution to these various universities based on the needs and requests from this institution. But you still have Phoebe running her own budget. You still have Esther Bacon running her own budget. And Dr. Managua is sitting in total with nothing to run other parts of the university, while Humphrey and the other person in Lofa County, they are running this institution, spending money on the way they want to spend it. That's wrong, and that should be looked into.
Elijah, just one second. I think that just puts a fast in the discussion. As far as I can say, the budget that was submitted from the Lutheran administration to us, the budget, so it was a one budget. There was all separate budget from Esther Baker or Phoebe or Tututa. It was a one budget that comprised the university. There was only one budget. There was no separate budget.
What is your central administration of the Lutheran University, where you can go in and you find your dean for student affairs, you find your accountant, and you find your president, you find secretary, and different administrative structure? Where is that office?
The office is Totoda.
What part of Totoda? I just came from Totoda. The only building that I saw, excuse me, I just came from Liberia in April. The only building that I saw was the president's residence and the education college. They say or Totoda Lutheran Mission. Besides that, I didn't see any office.
The office they have a satellite. It is the Lutheran University where they operate on the satellite campuses. Totoda,
okay, so who is the dean of student affairs? Who's your dean for student affairs?
What is structure for the president?
We need to start shielding this thing, okay?
We're not going into that discussion right now.
No, we understand this is a satellite office.
I think last time we should bring it there.
How many buildings you have in Toronto that is hosting the leadership of the Lutheran University?
Who is your controller? Who is your controller?
The controller right now, as far as I can say, there was a recommendation that made by the president. Was it?
When was that recommendation made?
The recommendation made by the president of the university. The controller was Wesley Tappe. It's a Wesley Tappe that made the controller by the president. But that's a whole different scenario.
Which of the Wesley Tappe are you talking about?
The Wesley Tappe in Liberia.
The Wesley Tappe that green and University of Liberia.
Yeah,
What's
he
it
was
that I
one
know?
of
that I
university to
know that
Tamale.
during the University of Liberia
It
is the
was
West Side talking about.
it was a
Recommend to be
recommendation.
controller.
It was a recommendation by the president of the university.
You see
Oh,
the
no,
people
no, that
talking
that
about
that
people
Malapa
giving
Central,
nutrients to
man.
nutrients. You guys are on a way
So you want to
power
tell
of
me,
feeling.
Dr. You want to tell me Lutherans are not capable of
Become
holding this
a
position?
controller, the cattle recommend.
Nutrients,
I want some wasting type of whatever where he passed, he get criminal
nutrients,
record.
we have qualified lottery. We have qualified lottery.
So why are you not going to them?
Yeah.
The university have a hiring procedure that open to every Liberian, I believe.
But you said recommendation.
You know, yeah. Well, what's the
If
president?
a recommendation is coming from the president of the university to bring Winston Tappet on, so what's the interest here?
If I can recall for the president, the appointment of Winston Tappet was like a pro bono. To kind of help.
That's not pro bono. That's not pro bono. The university has money to pay.
The financial structure of the university, to establish your university financial structure, to put the financial mechanism of the university in place.
Dada Todo, let me interrupt you. Dada Todo.
Yeah, so we have to bring them on.
I think we need to bring somebody for
let's bring the
I'm just discussing what I'm just saying what I hear. And
okay, we take it as
we take your word for it because you said at a very strategic position. You are sitting at a very strategic position. No, Dada Todo, we take your word for it. We take your word for it because you are sitting at a very strategic position to get this information. But one of the things that I will say to you, Dada Todo, one of the things I will say to you that with those kind of recommendations, the Lutheran University is on its way to failure again. Complete failure. If you leave Lutherans, qualified Lutherans, and go and bring Western Tappet to set up financial system in the Lutheran University, I myself will be protesting. Let me tell you it now.
Yeah, recommend I recommend Terry Howard for them to go sell the financial.
We got a lot of accountants in the Lutheran church. Why you want to go bring corporate Western Tappet into the Lutheran University?
Hold on. The president of the university, Dr. Sakwe Barakwa.
Yeah, we agree.
In one of our discussion, he said that Winston Tappet was his brother-in-law. And he was coming. Hold on.
It's not a family law thing. No, that's wrong. Winston Tappet should not be seen around the Lutheran University. He has a very bad record of
Hold on.
Winston Tappet should not be seen around the Lutheran University.
Hold on. What? The president said that Winston Tappet was his brother-in-law. You are coming to help the sister.
No way. Nope. We got history where Ellen Johnson Sterling son was serving as a pro bono chairperson for NOCA, and NOCA went down. So all the pro bono thing comes with different expenses associated with it. Wait till time before he leave from Monrovia, you gotta buy a car, you gotta get a transportation, you gotta buy gas, you gotta do this. That's not pro bono. When you're doing pro bono, you're doing it free or charge.
Okay,
better pay him off and outline his responsibilities than telling him pro bono, because pro bono you're gonna spend a whole lot, and not for men wasting Tappet. If we are gotten a Lutheran, from anywhere, it could be a Liberian Lutheran, a Ghanaian. If we are gotten a Lutheran, we're going in our place and set up the right system. Please let's get one of the kind of Lutheran University.
We'll try to reach out. But to our viewer out there, this is the discussion. You want to be part of the discussion? You call in and tune in, and that will hear you. Before we get to the next topic, because we are running down of few minutes before we get to the next topic of discussion. Let's just recognize our guests out there with it. before
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
We got a lot of comments. You need to read them. Where's the
Yeah.
top and Nina Brimfield?
The first person we want to recognize our own dear friend and brother, Brother Roger Camon. Brother Roger Camon want to say, Happy Father's Day in Liberia. And we know next Sunday is the global, Father's Day, but today is Father's Day in Liberia. So we want to say Happy Father's Day. And also our dear brother, Derrickson Zach Williams. Brother Williams is there in Zanzibar, Tanzania. We want to say welcome to the show. And always our Bishop. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. Bishop Pablo, sorry. Reverend Thomas Jala, we want to say welcome again. As always, he is following us. And
you gotta read what he's saying.
Did Jala say he got better connection when he out of the country? So I think he's out of the country. That's why he sent a post. I'm just messing around. All right. Happy Pentecost Sunday. May the fire of the Holy Spirit ignite within you, empowering you to live boldly, love fearlessly, and serve unconditionally. May his divine presence guide, strengthen, and uplift you. Receive the gift of wisdom, courage, and peace in the entire season of Pentecost. Step forth in power to spread love, hope, and joy in your communities. Amen. Thank you so much.
Amen, Dean.
Thank you, Dean. But David Mora is in Zozo, Lufa County. Thank you so much for following, brother Omali Siafa. Thank you. But Cesar Goya, failed leaders always blame politics for the ineptitude. Abel's statement without providing political reason was a challenge. Okay, so for the record, I was on the phone with Abel. Abel said that was just a personal opinion. He only made that statement because of some other comments in the group chat. So he wasn't really making reference to this, to the protest, saying that there's no evidence of political motivation. So just to make that clear, I spoke with Abel on the phone and he wants me to make that clear. So brother Cesar Goya, that you and your brother, you can
I ain't got the chat on there.
Yeah. And brother Cesar Goya is asking again, is the university a seminary? Will you also hire Lutheran pastors? This is why we hire people who lack the experience for positions we gave them. For example, is Abel qualified for his position? Yes, I would say Abel is qualified.
Oh, Abel is well qualified for his position. Yeah.
I would say that. That man, hear his brother, so let him go ahead.
I told Lofa Kande people.
I told Lofa Kande man, let him go ahead. Says, Mother Esther Nangbe Johnson. Couple is smiling again.
The new assistant.
Thank you. The new assistant. Good evening. Good evening, mother. Oh, she said, Wilson Tappet. Anyway, I'll leave you as it is. Wilson Tappet ninja in Naked tornado. Again, our brother Cesar Goya. Some of the reasons I have refused to waste my time with LCL educational programs. No focus, no transparency, no logic. And this man's a mathematician. He's talking about logic. Brother Williams, did I hear Wilson Tappet? Is the controller of the Lutheran University? Oh, Lord.
That would not happen under our watch, bro.
This is a queer. Can a Lutheran University pay anyone for service? Yes, Lutheran University can pay that. Yes, is a queer. Will it prefer a Ghanaian Lutheran over a... No, I did not say that. I said a Liberian Lutheran, a Ghanaian Lutheran, an American Lutheran, a Minnesotan Lutheran, a Zozo Lutheran, a Lufa County Lutheran can do the work. That's what I said. I'm a question on the but Abba Sama, biggest joke. Who was it? M. Nathaniel Toba, following from the police academy resident. I think I remember Brother Nathaniel Toba. He's from St. Matthews. I think he used to work at ELBC.
Nope. That's PRO down there. You were on the Moreira district leadership
He's
team
a
before.
PR.
Oh, okay. I thought I was the
Yes,
guy
a
who worked at
former.
ELBC.
All
Yeah.
right,
Man, we
thank
call
you.
PRO.
I mean, a
Thank you for
former
the.
president, Mara District.
We want to
Okay.
thank you to our viewer out there for those beautiful comment. We always take your comment into consideration to support the network. That's the reason we take time to read it. Whatever one thing that can catch my attention for the past few times before we were our last show, our open are always on the show from
Missouri.
from St. Louis. I've not been seeing on a while.
Many pega, many.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Many play
Many
kids.
yeah.
I think
We
we
yeah,
yeah
we probably to check on him.
we need to check
Yeah,
out with him. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. We need.
he be what our course viewer.
Absolutely.
You always tune in. So if I
Yeah.
I always follow the name of people to see the course viewer. So
Yeah.
if I don't see the I kind of raise concern for me. I want to check.
That's the name that what's the name? That's the name that the CSA Director General, Dr. Josiah Flomo Jokai, he did not pronounce that name until he left. So I challenge
So
CSA Director to come here and pronounce that
So-
name. Manipulate small.
we try to wind down to, but let's just take a few seconds on this. When it comes to the laptop investigation that's going
Okay,
on.
yes. Very serious,
So-
very important.
I know that one of the person accused had reached out to me that she want to come on the show to express herself. The way in which you want to take the discussion. And I know her very well. And I told her that no, I don't think this will be the best forum to come and express herself, the thing that she want to say about the
Dr.
whole.
Tudo,
Hold on now. You
Why
you
did
see your
private
own.
someone to come out?
I'm not depriving
you.
her, but we want to protect the integrity of the network also too.
No. So Dr. Tudo, I want Dr. Tudo, if you can just
So-
Dr. Tudo, if you can give him a moment to come here.
Yeah,
No-
let me let my talk, then you come in
Okay.
first,
Okay.
So I think they are been to the police station Compton now since the last time Bishop they show, he said that the treasurer had a wedding, and after the wedding, the case was supposed to resume. And after that, the case had resumed. They are being back to the police station to answer questions concerning the laptop. As far as I consider to where it is right now. I'm not trying to deprive the sister from coming to the network, but we just want to protect the integrity of the network also too. I'm not trying to demean her based upon what she want to say. But I feel that there's a better way that her consent can be addressed through other proper means, through the church, then to just come populate and just put out things that will be that has substantial evidence and erode the integrity of the network. So that's why the discussion that we have, based upon things you want to say personally, But let me get with it. So
Yeah.
what are you hearing about the investigation?
So, Dr. Tudo, the first thing I want to say here is that the investigation is in place, I would say, and some of the people have started, meeting with the police. And one of the person that you talked about, one of the accused, also wants to come on the show to clear her name out. And I think we should give her the opportunity, then asking her, say, okay, go through such and such channel, because this is the platform that Lutherans have to air their opinion so people know, their side of the story. Remember, we had the issue of this asset verification. Okay, the asset verification. We discussed it here. And some people decided to choose other means, and we made it open. We invited people to come. Some people chose to come, and some people did not. Okay, what's the name? Our dear brother, Elijah, help me with the CM brother. What's the name? He was the co-chair. He's the co-chair person on asset recovery. Alexander Gagu. Alexander Gagu came on the show. Yeah, Alexander Gagu came on the show and he spoke. And we've been asking other people to come on the show and just clarify. And again, the thing is, it is coming from the horse's mouth. Okay, so all we can do is just to make a disclaimer that the views and comments on here are not of the platform. It's of the individual who's speaking. Okay, and if she wants to clear her name out, she's more than willing to do so. If that's going to jeopardize her case, well, that's fine. I believe she's speaking to her legal team, but she should be given the opportunity. I stand by that from day one, and I still stand by that because she has been accused. Okay, it's like if you accuse me of putting my hand in a cookie jar and I know I did not, I will come and explain that I did not put my hand in a cookies jar. Okay, but if my explanation is going to make an impact, either positive or negative impact on my case, again, it left with me and my legal team. So I think we should give this lady the opportunity, and not only her, not only her. There are other people. The treasurer, we've called the treasurer before, and the treasurer at some point was coming on the show. Perhaps he received a last minute or an 11-hour instruction and decided not to come on the show. The show is always open to everyone. Okay, so if the bishop can come on this show, who else cannot come on the show? So I think we should allow our sister to come on the show and air her opinion.
Okay, couple, what say you?
I want to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
Elijah, about to go there.
okay,
Elijah,
Elijah
go
can,
quick.
Yeah, Elijah, come. Yeah.
speak before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I need to run here very shortly. And thank you, Dada Toto, and thank you, couple, for giving me the opportunity. What I'd like to say about the whole laptop issue, Bishop Podman was elected on the basis of his campaign of transparency and accountability within the Lutheran Church. And the office of the bishop he has to live up to that premise. He has to do that. If he does not live up to the premise of transparency and accountability, he will be asked at convention, what have you done? And there are these cases that we're talking about. He started the process of the verification committee, verification of access of the LCL. Right now, we don't know where the status of that process is still hanging. And now we have the situation of laptop being stolen. All I can say is that the office of the bishop needs to be very proactive in informing the church about the status of these cases, because it speaks to the bishop character, it speaks to his leadership ability, and it speaks toward transparency in the leadership of the Lutheran Church in Liberia. If you say you want to be transparent, you as the bishop, you got to stand up for it. You got to speak up for it. We see in the chat room, the former BA of the LCL, he has been pushing for the investigation of the laptop, because he's put a lot of posts down that they have been back and forth about the whole situation and speaking about transparency within the church. The church is the moral, how the moral institution of the society. The society looks up to the church to provide direction when it comes to accountability, when it comes to being transparent, and when it comes to leadership. If the church cannot lead its people in the direction of transparency and accountability, what can the church say to the society? And that leads me to say, because the church has lost her position in Liberia, especially, that's the reason why we are honoring corrupt public leaders. I don't know what was the basic of the Liberian Council of Churches honoring the Speaker of the House. That is another case for another time to get into. But what I'm saying is that as Lutheran, our bishop needs to step up. He needs to step up and push for his accountability principle so that the members of the church can see that the bishop is working to ensure that members are informed every step of the way of these cases. If we don't know the status of the verification process as of today, we need to know about it tomorrow. If we don't know the process of the laptop case today, we need to know about it tomorrow. And as I always say on this show, the bishop office needs to find time. If you want to come on my Lutheran Connection every month, just give an update of the things that you are working on and where you are with these things, and provide status update of the various cases. That gives your leadership some credibility, some level of trust. But if the people of the church lost trust within the leadership, There will be no respect. There will be no cooperation. And we have seen that happening within this leadership. There are a lot of pastors now in the LCA that have refused to work with the current bishop because of different things. And you still have those conflicts that they are not solved yet. And these pastors are not assigned, they are not working. How is the bishop working to solve those problems? Are we just leaving it and say, okay, the man said he will not work with the bishop, so that's it? What is the bishop doing to bring his flock together? So the office of the bishop needs to stand up. The office of the bishop needs to up its game in running this church. If not so, there will be a lot of questions to answer during convention. And
Okay,
thank you, Dr.
Elijah.
Toto, and the rest of you guys. I will be dropping off after here.
Thank
All
you,
right,
thank
thank you,
you, thank you, my
Elijah.
brother.
Thank you. Good to have you. We hope to see you next week on the show.
Okay.
The issue of Lukwa is also unresolved. We have no update on Lukwa.
Couple. That yeah, you. I
Yeah,
don't know why my background getting so dark with it.
it's not the weather. I will say the
Yeah,
weather. The
I
weather
know.
You gotta
changing.
be in, you gotta be in Georgia to have a cool.
The weather.
Yeah.
Like the
We got my light, everything. Oh,
When you come in Georgia,
open the
when you come in
curtain.
August, you have a good, you have a better background in August.
The
yeah,
weather
couple.
changing.
Couple that.
Yes, yeah. I've been seeing a lot of red out from the former BA. Uh, writing long. You gotta read.
Yeah,
Before
you gotta
you
get
finish
it to put that
reading, you
post,
go
man.
read.
You got a post in there as a chat
Yeah,
room.
yeah. It's too long.
It's not TC's room.
I know, right?
Yeah, chat room.
Concerning the laptop that was stolen or how they did it, the other one part of it I saw, he said the data was stick. They stole the data from there is no data. I don't know why they don't have any backup to back or document or I don't know. But yeah, it's the point. For me, I have another version to what the former BA been writing, talking about transparency,
That's
talking
why
about
the lady need to come in the show.
justice. So I'm confused and I just can't wrap my head around the BA read out when he talks about justice, transparency. So transparency is only go to the issue of the missing laptop. Because there have been other things been happening and he been in our office as BA and he didn't speak up like this. And when he's speaking or not, or it's because he's not there again, or he's not in the picture, or because this one is not in your favor, so that now the church is a place of then a thief, the church is this. I don't know. I think we should be real to ourselves. We should really be real to ourselves as Christians, as Lutheran Christians, right?
Yeah.
There have been a lot of issues. Like I said, there are a lot of pending. You talk about pending and cases. There are a lot of pending cases.
Yeah.
The issue of the asset verification, the issue of the women convention, the women election. It was not transparent.
Exactly.
There was injustices all around the place. What did the BA say? The BA was one of them that stood up and said, Yama will not kill herself for anybody. Yama will not die for somebody. After they sat down, someone won the election. You took it from the person that won the election. You give it to another person. Then the day that you don't want to be pushing, you be doing one right out on transparency, accountability.
The man is reminiscing on his TC.
When we talking about stolen laptop, don't get me wrong, right?
The rate of whistle the former BA today.
Yes, I'm not saying that we shouldn't discuss transparency, we shouldn't discuss accountability. We should, because this is a church. The church should be the church. But in the church being a church, it shouldn't be when it is in my favor. Then the church are the church. When it's not in my favor, then the church, not the church are then a thief. I think we should be real. For me,
thank you.
We can go through the case, but the other case we had reconciliatory meeting that were findings that came up. And I'm sure about then he was having a BA those findings and went to his office. What did he do with them? Or did he tell the chairman on that whole reconciliation committee say, "Oh, carry a paper on our side, but we're not here about that." Did he say so? So what happened with those fundings? Or unep stolen laptop now because you take it, then you want be ready. What they if I not fit say if I administrate I mean I try to say I hope I see put it out there
Yeah, did it,
see
yeah.
put it out there seriously.
But
No, there's no
Toto,
there's no suppression of free speech.
that's free speech. No, but Toto, to a point, right? But Toto, to a point,
Mm.
right? To what couple is saying that if we are calling for transparency, it should be on both sides. It should be on, they say when the shoe is now on your foot, you don't know how tight it is. So now that he's out of the picture, is it now that you want to speak on the issue of transparency? How about the 12,000? The 12,000 that was taken from the pension money and was shared among the three of them to go buy cars. Remember now, remember.
Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence for that?
I got evidence here, man. I wrote everything in my book here.
He said the pension. He said they tell him to take it.
I got evidence here.
Not working now. How will he pay the loan?
I come in. There were three. The three of them. They, what's the name? The former BA. The former BA of brother Chilo. Chiwolo or Chilo from Badnaville, the guy who sings. Right now he's at St. Andrew. Reverend Logan. Peter C. Logan. Reverend Logan bought, there was a car bought for Reverend Logan.
It was alleged. Do you have evidence for all these allegations?
Dr. Toto, I'm coming to a point. Let me land. There was a vehicle bought for Reverend Logan's office or for the BA's office. When Reverend Logan was leaving, he did not leave with that car. If you want to purchase your own car, you should take money from your salary and purchase car. I wish I would go to my job right now and tell my job, say, take money from the reserve, give it to me, go buy a car, and I'll be paying you. Who does that? Even the ELCA does not condone that. Say, oh, go take money from the MIF and give it to me so I can go buy a car with it and I'll be paying you. It's not fair.
They have a policy. They have a policy. They put a withdraw money for the pension. I believe do not just go take money from there.
There's a policy.
Listen, so pension money is for people to go and withdraw and pay. Have they paid it?
All depend the policy.
They have a policy. You don't know the policy. You don't know. Yeah. We don't know the policy. I don't know the policy.
But my point, he's not working.
Yeah, I don't know the policy that LCR have in place.
So how much are they paying back? How much are they paying back?
Well, what percent they taking our pension money? What
percent are they paying our pension money from? And the same pension money.
But let
me get you another breaking news there. Another breaking news. Another breaking news.
Wait, hold on. Before you get the breaking news, it was that wrong for him to take money for the pension money. It was that wrong. It was that wrong.
I think my opinion was wrong. That's a pension money.
What's the policy that?
Once there's a policy to that, once there's a policy to that, I don't know. My point is, he took the money now. He's not working, and it was a loan. How will they pay back? How will he pay back the loan? Because I know it was going through. I know it was
going to unconfirmed information.
You don't know his source of income. You can't say how will you
pay the money. That's why
he has source of income. There was
an agreement. There should be an agreement. The loan. How was it taken? How was the paper? Was it from salary deduction? He paying back from salary deduction? If it is yes, and now he's not working, was there any agreement? Okay, I'm going to pay every month this amount.
Talaturo. And listen, I'm coming to the
breaking news,
and we're going to find we
you want to cover wait.
No, I want to get my breaking news now. He just stole my speed.
So let's try
the same pension money. The same pension money. I'm coming. The same pension money, except apart from the 12,000, money was taken from the same pension money to complete the Bishop complex. Okay, it will complete the Bishop complex. Now,
The Bishop house, the resident.
my dear, Bishop complex.
Where
I
is
don't want to say
it?
Bishop house.
Where is it?
It's in Liberia.
It's not the LCR
We
property
Bishop you talking
for the
about? We
Bishop
Bishop talking about?
house.
It's for the office of the bishop. It's not for Bishop Patmo.
I said Bishop's house. So
Yes.
Bishop like kind
Okay.
of where
Yes.
the be, right?
Yes.
With it, that's a conversation for another time. We are fast spending on the time. That's a
All right,
conversation.
we're
for another
moving
time.
on. Okay, we wrap. We
Yeah.
can wrap up on this.
So with it, do me a favor. Can you grab a book and just show the screen a little bit?
Is a more for that
About
person.
what?
My book. Can you see?
Oh, did you share?
You see my nutri?
Okay. Yeah. Let's go with the conversation, and I will share that. But listen, this is
certificate.
this is what I want to say. Listen, the Loma man says that the place is not dark. Not like beginning. Okay. Where are they? Where are they? Where now that how you call him is not in office, and the information is that the money has been paid. So if you divide 12,000 by 3 people, which is the treasurer, the secretary. Okay, thank you. The treasurer, the secretary, and the BA. So each of them are giving 4,000. Couple, you on mute.
The 4,000 have been paid, right?
According to unconfirmed information that.
Oh, but then that's good.
Yeah, according to unconfirmed information. So we are waiting for the last Sunday in this month for the bishop to actually clarify to us that if that money has been paid.
But that's it to our listener all there. It's a very good discussion today. You know, I really admire the flow of the discussion, especially the issue of Wesley Tapia. It's a old like a old wine the same battle.
Hey, they from a BS something funny here.
But it is a good discussion. We are trying to wonder or just grab our view out there. We can share my book.
No, I'm about to share a book. I'm working on it to share a book.
Yeah, that's what he went. One way is working to share and sharing the book. We have our outstanding guest from Harrisburg.
Okay.
Concerning her project, 2-3 Sundays now, the woman the pastor have been in the back to enter studio.
Oh, what did they bring her in?
No one was able to add her in.
I think they try to bring her in.
We need to bring her in. Maybe that's Sunday we give her 15 minutes to come and share.
We can bring both of them. We can bring her along with the lady who want to come and express herself. And also, while we still waiting,
with her, with
we can try to bring her.
While we still waiting on that,
out there.
Yeah, while we still waiting on that, I also want to,
you know,
that I told we want to I want to use this time also to wish you a happy belated birthday.
Okay.
Your birthday was sometime last week, and we did not get a chance to meet, so we want to wish you.
Not last August.
Yeah, we get a lot of August with that glass there.
We definitely have to do that.
Not last August.
Yeah, we definitely have to do that. Yeah. So before I share your book, I know earlier on we spoke. We talked about Mr. Reverend Dr. Phil Hirsch. I just want to share his picture. Yeah. This is the person that we're talking about, the Reverend Dr.
That's
Phil
the new bishop, yes, yeah?
No, bishop of the Metro DC Senate. Yeah, he's the new bishop-elect, Metro DC Senate, Phil Hirsch. His name is Phil Tanu Hirsch, Liberia. He's also a Liberian. He was given the but this is the book of our dear brother, Dr. Toto. I don't know if you all can see it very well. Dr. Toto, you were there?
You can see it. Yeah.
Oh, I have it on screen, Dr. Toto.
Okay, it reach our side.
Oh, really? All right.
Couple can see. I don't think you can see you. Couple, you
Couple,
be
you
there.
see it, right? Couple, can you see it?
Couple is be there.
The book is on screen. I can see it. I'm monitoring also from my phone. I can see it at the Tutu.
I
The
can
book,
see it. I can see the book, Dr. Toto.
Oh,
yeah,
but what
the book
happened
is,
about
Why you not seeing it?
what happened to my screen? I don't see it on my screen.
and I know that earlier on when I was playing the video from the student, the video was also, the audio was also coming through. But we want to say thank you, Daniel Jante, Daniel D. Janet Jante is watching from Tupelo, Pinzo. So Dr. Toto, can you see the book now?
I can see it on my side. Anyway, but let me get. I can
It's on
see it on
screen.
my. I can see it on my phone, but on my laptop, I see it. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is my book. Uh, this book it like a research book. My dissertation I wrote the book about home ownership in post-war country using Liberia as a case study. It's a research book. It will
Okay.
give you honest area about how owning a home can give rise to economic development in a post-war country. Like for example,
Okay.
if you build a house in Liberia, you put the money in the builder pocket, and the builder using that money to be able to buy food for your family to support your family. So
Then you
basically,
pay
that's
the
what the
bill
book
again.
about it. So you empower the community. So like most of the time after war or civil war, for we that experience war in Liberia or other part of the world, after the end of the war, the international community they're not really focusing on building homes. They have more focus on how to give you food to eat. They give you ration. They give you allowance, all those other things. But where you sleep, the home that you build, they don't really focus on it. So they were down as a citizen, you can't be able to build homes and things that help to empower economic development in a post-war country. So this book is a good read book. It will be launched. I already got approval from the leadership for Aliyah. It will be launched at the Aliyah convention in Atlanta, Georgia on August 16th during the meet and greet. I have a lot of guests will be coming there. Dr. Will Jada, a good friend of mine, will be there to be the chief launch of this book. It's on Amazon right now at a very reasonable price. A hard copy, $24.99 is there. The price there. We encourage people to buy the book. The proceeds for the book goes to my grandfather foundation that I established, Chief Kwame Toto Foundation. He been an advocate for education. They were choosing Arena as a chief that gave rise to the Lutheran University. The Total Lutheran Mission, EJS and other prominent schools in Lower Bond County. So I encourage my fellow Lutherans and other Liberians to attend or to support the book, to buy a copy of the book on Amazon. And I will be doing a signatory copy also to sign for people at the luncheon. And I have another book in review also too that will be coming up pretty soon about organization, how to strengthen organization growth in Liberia. For example, the Lutheran University we're talking about today. What have been some of the failure that we can point to? My new book will try to provide some of the answer and solution that will be coming up pretty soon. So it's out there. You can see on the screen. I hope and encourage everybody to grab a copy and read it, and you will learn a lot from it. So thank you.
Thank you
So
so much, Dr. Toto. Dr. Toto, before we go, I know we got like a minute or two. Two
yeah,
question here. I know proceeds will be going towards the foundation. How about my Lutheran Connection that is providing all this massive publicity?
no bad day. Lucha Connection will always will benefit from it. Bear
Thank
a bit a product of the Lucha University also to cover a mass also do as a big celebration for Lucha Connection too. But definitely so we'll look in that direction too.
thank you, thank you, thank you
Yeah,
so
but
much. And we are waiting for the launch of this book in the biggest city, Black Hollywood in the United States. Um, And at the assembly, that is going to be none other. I mean, it's going to be big and beautiful than none other that have taken place in the past. We want to encourage every Liberian Lutheran in the United States and in Canada, and also in the diaspora, other parts of the world. Want to encourage you, if you can, make your way to Atlanta, Georgia, the third weekend of August. It's going to be Aliyah's Assembly. This is the largest gathering of all Liberian Lutherans in the diaspora, and it's going to be taking place in no other city than the city of Atlanta, Peach City, with the biggest airport, or the busiest airport in the world. I should correct that, the busiest airport in the world. So please come down to Atlanta, Georgia, attend this assembly. Assembly registration link will be up pretty soon, and we expect people to register. Matter of fact, a lot of people have been asking us for the registration link. So hopefully by the end of this week or by next week, the registration link will be up, and we can rest assured that this assembly will be, I mean, like none other that have taken place. We do trust the team that is here on ground in Atlanta.
Thank you, Willie, for that. We'll ask our dear sister couple to give a closing statement, and then Willie will take her home.
Basically, you did concerning the LCC that you just a lot of it to get a viewers on Sunday night. So you invite that you.
No, that Elijah brought LCC. We'll talk about LCC next Sunday.
Oh my God. I really want to talk about LCC. Seriously. Yeah. Okay, so Tata Toto, once again, want to say congratulations for your book. I know what it takes to write. You pour your all to it. It takes time, resources, everything. So I want to congratulate you, and I promise to get one copy of that book. Like I said, we got to watch that the back of the book. When we read to
Yeah.
Atlanta, Joshua, we got to watch
Atlanta will
that
not
book.
be easy. This telling you.
Watch that book. Yeah.
And we gotta do a pre-assembly gathering though. Gotta
Oh,
come
yeah.
on Thursday.
Yeah, and today we had a good conversation running from our Lutheran University. Running from our Lutheran University to our LCL Central Office to the taking away of the laptop with the long red arm up to all the teenagers. Yeah, we had a nice time. Yeah, we had a nice time. But to be frank, the Lutheran church, we need to stand up. We need to account for everything that we do. We need to be transparent. We need to be accountable to the church, to ourselves, to our God, and to everyone. When you are given the opportunity to serve, you should serve to the best of your ability. For Bishop Patmore, almost like the CDC who have been in opposition, they were in opposition for years. We get and says they kind of mess everything up. Bishop Patmore shouldn't act like that. Yeah, he had been on the fence, he been running, he saw all of the lapses, and we put him down to prosecute people that problem, to do the one that problem. On the other hand, again, it requires money. Yeah, we will say, oh, the case painting. Yeah, we get 5 cases. Yeah, we go to the other cases. But our money now. You're not calling one lawyer, you can't get in nothing. With all the lawyers we have in the Lutheran Church, I don't know why they are afraid to go to court or they don't want to appear in court, but they just sit at the back and talk. When they finish talking here, and they say Lutheran Church already now win our other case. But to appear and the other person will send the other person, then it be dragging. So we all need to look at it and be sincere and put our all into it when we are given the opportunity to serve. We serve to the best of our abilities. This is our church. Nobody will do it for us. Nobody will fix it for us. We got to stand up for ourselves. We need to stand up. My problem, we shouldn't be selective. If it happened to John today, you see the wrong in it, you say it and we move on. Tomorrow it happened, we pick it up from there again, we move on. If we continue to persecute people, I don't think people will be brave and just take church money. I can say literature, you can't do that when you go scot free. They don't do nothing to you. You see them passing around, we elect you again, we put you in office, we get you big position. These things are not good. This is a church. We should serve as an example. What do we tell people out there? A train can say, I've seen people in the society, I've seen people in the church. So all the incoming ministry and they say, you can't do the church, so all in the pew. So what the difference? We just need to be sincere to our God ourselves, and we should have fear for God. I think when we have fear for God, there are some things that when we want to do, we pinch ourselves and say, oh no, we don't have to do this. This is not called for. This doesn't represent our faith. This is not what we sign up for as Lutheran. So we need to work hard. We need to be frank with each other. We need to be transparent in our attitude, in our talking, in our judgment. In everything that we do in our daily activities, we need to speak out the truth and be the truth to everybody. That one is for me today. Then I talk it tomorrow. Then I'm not talking my friend. No. Then we are not church. We should be very frank with each other. So once again, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks to our listening audience. Thanks to everybody. We need to get the board member in studio. We need to ask her how the recommendation came about for Center. Because I will be number one working with Center for how many years in finance of I know him well. So if they want Jack KLUL, now they just tell her they want KLUL.
LUL right now.
Yeah.
LUL right now is in the
Okay.
urgent care. So
Okay, thank you, couple. I learn your closest statement. We gotta be transparent in our conversation in what we do. When we come on the show here, it's not because we want to be political. We want the best for our church. That's why we come here. We discuss issue regarding the growth of our church. We love our church, and that's the reason why the people that had the foreigners of the podcast came together to establish the podcast for to disseminate concrete information that will be factors out there for our people. That's the reason why the network was created for. So as we come about the network, we want to be transparent in our conversation. We want for our people to get the information accurately. We want to be more open. So to our viewer out there, I want to say thank you for tuning in, for participating. For those that came in late, we're not able to recognize and call your name, but we can read your comment. We saw some of the brilliant comment that you made. And also to our former colleague, the LG Josiah Joker. I saw you too.
Hey, yo.
I saw you too the also too.
Yeah.
We will follow him the work that he did in Liberia. We are part of the network, and we are very proud of him. We look forward to him next week. And with it,
yep.
You want to give your closing part and then take us home.
Hey, yo. This is your good friend Josiah. Welcome to my Lutheran Connections.
When are you hearing it, guy?
Oh, you already here?
I hear you.
I was my guest.
Hey, my dear friend. This is your good friend Josiah. Are you looking for something to watch? Or looking for somewhere to go or something to do? I want to welcome you to tune in every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the United States, or 8 p.m. GMT, or what we call Liberian time, to watch the best communication network of the Lutheran Church in Liberia, My Lutheran Connections TV. I love it.
That's a good promotion.
Yeah. So, at some point we decided to do a little promo, for the show. And yeah, that was from
What do you want you there?
I did mine. You want to see
Hey, yo, this is your good friend Josiah. Well,
All right. But to be honest, I want to. I will find my own. I will play it one day. I'll put it up here. You see. I will leave us with this. Proverb 9:10. Proverb 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. With that, I wish everyone a blessed week. Couple, you want to say something?
Yeah, it started one verse from Proverbs on the fear of the Lord, the beginning of wisdom. Another one is added at our verse 2. Because when I listen to school, I learned the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That's 9:10, yeah.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction. So I'm another. I think I need to check it out.
Knowledge of the Holy One is under, of the Holy One is understanding. So, I mean, that's where I would stop. I would just stop right there, fear of the Lord. Because if we fear the Lord, we'll do the right. Anyway, I would just stop right there. Proverbs 9:10. That's what I'm going to take us away with. And peace to everyone. Thank you all so much. God bless you.